Salutations everyone, this is Razor here bringing you guys another thoughts on video because it's been about a minute since I've done one, so wanted to give you guys my thoughts on, and today I'm giving you my thoughts on the Xbox Kinect because it's been in the talking circles, been a talking point with the Xbox One and the fact that it's bundled with the console, so everyone's gonna have them, and then there's like the always on thing, and then paranoid people being stupid. So I wanted to give you guys my thoughts, drop some truth on you, and really allow you to think about this seriously, just without any of the other people saying stupid shit, because Microsoft got a lot of backlash when the Xbox One was announced with the Kinect bundled in, and the fact that it was always on, the used games and the DRM, the blah 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 blah. They backtracked on a lot of things that they were getting a lot of heat for. Whether that's for the good or for the worse is yet to be seen, because there's two sides to every story. But with the Kinect, is not something I was a fan of. I never got it with the 360, and not a lot of people did. It was very popular, it was very successful. It was a technological leap, believe it or not. It was a very important innovation when it came to technology. It was the first of its kind, and we've seen it utilized to so many other things. People hacking it and using it for different really cool stuff. But when it came to the video game implementation of the Kinect, it really didn't translate that well. Not to say that it wasn't a good move by Microsoft. I mean, with the success of the Wii, both PlayStation and Sony felt like they needed to have motion controls, and the PlayStation Move kind of flopped, and the Kinect was kind of a success. It sold a particular amount of units. I think only 4% of Xbox users got one, but that's still 4% of a shit ton of people. And they had a couple of good successful games, like the Just Dance one comes to mind, but that's really the only one that I can think of that did particularly well in sales, and that's not good even compared to some of the other big blockbuster games, and I'm not even talking about Call of Duty. So there wasn't a lot of demand for it, even though the Wii was popular. It was popular for its own reasons, and that can't translate over to everything else, to every other platform. And the PlayStation, not a lot of people recognize this, but the PlayStation 4 was intended to be bundled with the Eye and with the Move. That was the intent as well. Microsoft was going to bundle the Kinect with their Xbox One, and Sony was going to bundle the PlayStation Eye with the PlayStation 4. But PlayStation obviously caught wind of this, and the price point was probably going to be higher than the Xbox One, because they would have to bundle in the Move as well. So they decided to take it out last minute. This was a last minute decision. A lot of people know this, to take out the Move so they can beat them on price. And this is going to pay off for Sony. They are probably going to, there's a good chance that they start outselling the Xbox One right out of the gate, because simply for the fact of the price point. A lot of people like to say other things, that the PlayStation 4 is better than blah 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 blah. But if it does, go ahead of the Xbox One in initial sales, it's going to be because of that price point. That's also with the fact that Xbox 360 came out a year beforehand. That's the reason that the 360 initially outsold the PS4. It's pretty straight and simple when we talk about when parents look at what's on their kids' Christmas list, and one's $100 more than the other. They're going to go for the cheaper option, because they're parents. They're money conscious, and if you're a younger kid or a teenager who has some money, you're gonna want that to go a long way. So a lot of teens, or people with just not a lot of money, went for the 360, and that might be the same case with the PlayStation 4, especially for those people who don't really care that much about console allegiance. So it doesn't really matter to a lot of people which one they get, because the majority of games are going to be available on both consoles. But let's move on to the Kinect. Why the Kinect? The reason that Microsoft bundled in the Kinect, as you can all figure out, is because of that way everyone has it. That way everyone has it, and publishers feel like that they can develop games with Kinect controls and not having to worry about people not having the Kinect, because this way everyone's going to have it. So that's why we have it, and it's made the Xbox One more expensive. Whether there's going to be some sort of value bundles in the future of the Xbox One release, we're not too sure of at this point. So it looks like this pricing point is going to be a mistake on Microsoft's part. But also the Kinect itself is a mistake, because people don't want this thing. They don't want it. The Kinect in the Microsoft Xbox One could be perfect. Let's pretend for a fact that it's perfect, which it's not going to be. It's going to be far from it, because voice controls and motion controls are far from being perfected. They just don't have... We just don't have that technology yet, and we won't for some time, because that technology is really difficult to work with, especially when you want to make it universal. But let's pretend for a second that it's perfect, that it gives you all the motion controls we could possibly want, and everything works fluidly. I still don't care. It could have all the perfect controls. It could be the perfect version of the Kinect that it can be. Still don't care. I still don't care, because I don't want motion controls in all of my games. I don't want it. I want it in like my Wii sports games, because that's the purpose of that game. But for most games, their traditional games nowadays, it's gonna take a lot for motion controls to take center stage to the actual gameplay of the game, and I don't think it's gonna happen. And the controls could be perfect, but I still don't care. I don't want those motion controls, and neither does really anybody else. It's really just ancillary shit that's just complementary to the actual experience. Now, to get some people excited and say, "Oh, that's cool," but I don't care how cool using my hand to move the menu is, or saying Xbox on to turn it on. Don't really care. As far as the whole spying thing goes, you're a fucking idiot if you think that this is something that's going to be used to spy on you. You're just a paranoid loser who's going to buy into anything that everyone else says with their stupid conspiracy theories and stuff. It goes back to like the drone conversation. Yes, it is technically possible that the American government could use a drone to kill you while you're sitting in a McDonald's, but it's not going to happen. It is technically possible that the Kinect could be used to spy on you. And I know for some people this possibility is all that they need to jump off of the Xbox ship to anything else that'll make them float. But you're an absolute idiot if you think this is going to be the case. I know for some people they don't care if it's going to happen or not. It's just that the possibility of it is enough for them. But it's not going to work. It's not something that Microsoft or anyone is ever going to want to do. It's never going to help them or profit. There's no way for them to profit off of learning whatever they can learn from watching you play Halo 5 or listening to you watching Netflix. It's just a bunch of stupid shit that no one's gonna fucking care about, and it's just not gonna do anything. So I know for some people they love conspiracy theories and the government doing shady shit just so that they can talk about it, because that's all it is. They just want to talk about it, make themselves feel good, and rag on the government and all this bullshit. But it's not going to happen. I can understand not wanting the Kinect, because I don't care. Whatever it's possible, whatever it's capable of doing, I don't need in my games. That's not something that I want. It's not worth the extra $100 to me, and I don't think it's going to catch on. I don't think it's going to be popular. It could be wrong. Could definitely be wrong. There could be a couple of things that people are going to like and enjoy, but I don't see it being a good move on Microsoft's part, especially the fact that it has to always be on. I don't understand why that is the case. Of course, that might change in the future since Microsoft is, double backing on everything else. But that just seems very, very unnecessary, as well as the Kinect altogether. So those are just my thoughts on the matter. Hope you guys enjoyed. Comments, once again, always appreciate it. I love to see you guys' comments, and I will see you next time.